What's good, YouTube? Look at the view. Look at the view. Today, bro, I gotta tell you something, man. I know you're a young guy and I know you're still trying to figure out your life. There's a lot that goes with that. And part of that is becoming a man. If you want to become a man, you gotta know how to be masculine. The problem with the modern day masculinity is that it's curated online. The idea of masculinity is largely portrayed online for a lot of young guys. Maybe you don't have a father in your life, or maybe you do, but he may not necessarily teach you exactly, this is how you be masculine, you do this, this, this. The online version of masculinity is not the full picture. And I've learned this through my own experience because I used to try to emulate that. I used to try to recreate that version that I've seen online from guys like Andrew Tate, guys like Hamza, guys like, whoever the fuck. And what I've realized is that sometimes you can take that out of context, and sometimes what they try to push is that men are emotionless. A masculine man has no emotions and he doesn't give a fuck about anything except his work and just does that and whatever, right? Just something along those lines. Basically, the point is that they say that men don't have emotions. That's the big thing that I wanted to touch on today. I want to get this back on here. It looks beautiful, but I don't know where to sit, bro. Stand it up right here. But yeah, so basically, this isn't very good lighting either, though, I don't think. Nah. I think. New way P, no time X. I'm right now when I'm next. All right. Fuck it, I'm gonna just do it. Gosh. All right, so what I wanted to talk about was the dangerous narrative that men are not emotional and that women are only emotional. Women are emotional and men are not, basically. Men are not that emotional and women are emotional, okay? This is wrong. This is straight up wrong, okay? Men are very emotional, okay? Straight up. Just human beings in general, we have emotions. We are human beings. Every one of us, like man or woman, has emotions, okay? Men are emotional as well, but a lot of times they just suppress it. And I'm not gonna say that that's a bad thing necessarily, because suppressing emotion is very helpful as a man, because it doesn't allow, it allows you to get shit done regardless of the emotions, okay? And regardless of your feelings and stuff like that, right? You don't want to do work a lot of the times, okay? I'm on vacation right now. I don't have to do this, you know what I'm saying? But I'm doing it anyway, stuff like that, okay? And so suppressing emotions can very well help you. But what I'll say to that is most men suppress a lot of emotions, not just, laziness and stuff like that, right? They suppress, joy, happiness, stuff like that, sadness, vulnerability, things like that, things that can actually help them grow. They suppress it. Why? Because it's seen as weak nowadays. Because the narrative is that men are emotional, they feel that pressure to not be emotional, to not show emotions, therefore they don't. Therefore reinforcing the stereotype that they don't have emotions, even though it's not true. And I know this because this happened to me. I did this exact same thing, bro. I internalized that notion that men do not have emotions. And I used to act that way, especially towards women, especially around women and stuff like that. I used to act like I didn't care about anything. I used to act like I wasn't passionate about stuff. And the truth is that that's just not healthy. It's just not healthy for a human being to act that way all the time. Again, it helps in some areas, but in terms of all the time, that's not how humans work. That's just not how men should operate. That's not how anybody operates. Realistically, I would be with girls and I wouldn't laugh at, certain jokes, or I wouldn't smile very much. Like I would purposefully try to keep a straight face. I would purposely try to not smile and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Because I thought I wasn't supposed to show emotion and stuff like that. And that was toxic as fuck. Like that didn't help me with anything. I would go on a date with a girl and I would hang out with a girl or go on a date with a girl and not feel any more connected to her after we left than I did going into it. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't really show anything. I didn't really express anything. We didn't really exchange very much. I would just let her do most of the talking because this is what they say on the internet. I got a lot of my information from the internet at first. You know what I'm saying? They say, just let the girl do the talking and you don't have to say very much and just let her do the talking. She'll love you, right? I used to listen to that dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, women like when you fucking talk. If you have some fucking good shit to say, that is, that's the caveat. You gotta have something good to say. But if you have something good to say, bro, you should fucking talk. And if you're passionate about some shit, bro, if you have some passions, if you have things that you care about, what you do, you should fucking express that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit is attractive. It's very attractive to women. I had to learn that hard way, though. You know what I'm saying? I didn't learn that immediately. And so, like, when it came to girls and stuff, that's how I used to act. And so I didn't connect very well with them. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't have very meaningful connections at first with women. And so the change, though, was that I had to embrace being vulnerable, embrace putting myself in a situation to where I could be judged for something that I'm feeling or something that I care about, right? When you put yourself in those environments, when you put yourself in stressful situations, that's how you grow as a person. You know what I'm saying? So that's really what helped me get better at stuff like that, at connection and stuff. And it was being in touch with my emotions. I had to be in touch with my emotions, even to make this channel. On this channel, I be getting fired up. I be getting passionate. I be getting pissed off. I be angry and yelling at the camera and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and sometimes I don't want to upload that shit. I'm gonna be completely honest, bro. Sometimes I'm like, fuck. Like, that's not very masculine of me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm fucking yelling and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? But the truth is, bro, like, it's better to be real than to try to be fucking stoic all the time for no reason. You know what I'm saying? Just to try to portray this image of masculinity that's not even fucking real. Okay? Masculinity is not just about being stoic 100% of the time, never showing emotion, never doing anything. Masculinity is about being so comfortable with your emotions, so comfortable with yourself, and so secure with yourself that you can fucking do it anyway. And don't give. What I found about true masculinity is that it's about not giving a who sees or who says anything about your feelings and your vulnerabilities and stuff like that. It's about expressing your fucking truth and doing what the fuck you want to do when you want to do it and not giving a fuck. Okay, and this is what I want to do. I want to make these motherfucking videos, and I don't give a fuck who sees it. I don't give a fuck who says anything. Okay, that's what it's really about. Because I've shown a lot of fucking vulnerability on this damn channel and all my other channels and shit. And I've gotten a lot of backlash. I've gotten a lot of comments. I got a lot of hatred, and I'm still fucking going, bro. That is what masculinity is to me. You're doing something that you're fucking passionate about, and you have a message, and you're trying to fucking show that shit, and you don't give a fuck who sees it or you don't give a fuck about anything like that. Okay, it's not about just being stoic all the time. It's not about just portraying a certain image. That is not masculine. Just portraying a certain image, just being an actor, that's not masculine. You're just acting. You're not even fucking being real. You're not being yourself. You're not being authentic. That is not masculine at all, whatsoever. Real masculinity is just being your fucking self, being authentic, okay, and being comfortable enough with your authenticity to let it out and to show it to the world and not care who sees it. I don't give a fuck about any of this fucking stoicism shit. Like, stoicism is very important as a man, of course, right? I'm not shitting on that. But the problem I have with it is that a lot of guys, especially that get into this space and that are trying to attract women and stuff, they start being stoic, but it's forced. It's not real stoicism. Real stoicism would come from having a lot of life experience, seeing a lot of different things to where little shit that you see on a day-to-day basis doesn't really faze you, doesn't really matter very much because you've seen so much other shit, okay? That is what real stoicism is. But the performative stoicism, which is the one that I was doing when I was like in college and shit, I was just acting like I didn't give a fuck about anything. I was just acting like nothing's funny to me, nothing is exciting, nothing makes me cry, nothing makes me feel any type of way. I'm just fucking cold-hearted. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not fucking true. Okay, we are human beings. We have emotions. We have feelings. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that, especially as a man. And I know nobody says that. No man is going to tell you that, but I'm telling you right now, it is okay. But you have to be secure in yourself, and you have to be secure enough in yourself to be able to show that, though. A lot of men are not secure enough in themselves to actually show emotion and still show strength as well. Okay, it takes a lot of real strength to show emotion and still be a man and still not care about what people think. You know what I'm saying? And this off the dome, bro. You know what I'm saying? I didn't write down any points. This is off the dome. I just feel like a lot of guys don't understand what masculinity really is, and they're just trying to perform, and it's giving you worse results. You would get better results if you were just yourself. If you were being your truly yourself, because that's really what masculinity is. That's really what being authentic is. When I see somebody that is performing and trying to take a picture, especially them pictures, them fucking pictures that y'all be taking on the Instagram and shit, trying to look all cute and shit, but still trying to be stoic. Like, that doesn't make fucking sense. A lot of from my high school did do that shit. It pisses me off, bro. Like, oh, it doesn't piss me off because I don't give a fuck, but it's just like, bro, what are you doing? You need to stop, bro. But yeah, that's another topic for another day. But masculinity, in essence, is about being authentic and not seeking validation. That to me is what it is, especially in social settings. You know, masculinity in yourself and just in your work is something different. It's about, you know, sacrificing and doing hard work and, you know, stuff like that, right? But in terms of social interactions, that's really what it's about to me. That's what I found in my life. Because anytime that I've just been myself and just shared my opinions, shared how I feel, shared vulnerability, not in a weak, crying way, right? It depends on how you do it. Okay, that's another caveat I should add, that you shouldn't just be crying all the time. I'm not saying that. Don't go around saying that I told you that, 'cause I fucking did it. It's about owning your flaws. Look at yourself in the mirror, see what you like, keep that, and see what you don't like, and get rid of it. Okay, but own it though. Own your flaws and just work on them and eliminate them one by one. That's how you become masculine. That's how you become a fucking man. Just eliminate your fucking flaws one by one, and that's it. And when it comes to talking to people, you can bring up those flaws because you've owned it. You already know what your flaws are. Like, that is a big differentiator. You know what I'm saying? I know where my flaws are. I don't need someone else to call me out on it. If someone else calls me out on it, I'm not going to get defensive and I already know. You know what I'm saying? There's a big difference. If you already know your flaws, then it's going to be very hard to shake you. It's going to be very hard to embarrass you and shit like that. Because I'm talking to young guys. I know a lot of guys go through embarrassment and stuff like that. They fear that. And so if you already know where your flaws lie, if you know that you're, let's say, lazy, or you know that you don't have very much muscle and stuff, and you're actively working on it, that's going to eliminate any embarrassment that you could have, any type of insecurity that you can have. If you're owning your flaws and working on them simultaneously, bro, you got it, bro. That is literally it. That's literally the whole point of this. You know what I'm saying? It's self-improvement, bro. You're just improving yourself, make yourself into a better man. And so that's all it takes for real. And so yeah, bro, to wrap it all up, masculinity is not just about showing no emotions, because that's not true. Men have emotions. Things like, masculinity is not just about being emotionless, okay? Men have emotions. They have emotions like anger, passion, competitiveness, stuff like that. That is emotion, okay? Men are not emotionless. We all know this. Men have sadness, men have loneliness. These are all emotions. These are all feelings, okay? And so we have emotions. Let's not get that misconstrued. We are not emotionless creatures. We are not emotionless animals, okay? We have emotions, we have feelings. Okay, good. Let's get that out the way. The next part is that you have to own your flaws and work on them every day simultaneously with owning them and seeing what other flaws you have. And that in conjunction with being authentically yourself, meaning owning up to them and maybe talking about them if somebody, brings it up, and not being ashamed of it. I be talking about my flaws on this channel, you know what I'm saying? And that's helped me. Just talking about it on the channel has helped me, literally. Like, even if there's no views, like even if nobody watches it, me just saying it out loud into a camera and uploading it on the internet for millions of people to potentially watch has done a lot for my personal growth. So yeah, masculinity is about owning your flaws, being authentic. That's really the main thing to me. You have to be authentic. Like, there's no way around it. And being emotionless is not authentic. So don't do it. Don't try to act stoic. Don't try to act like you don't feel nothing, because you do. And just act accordingly. Act like you do, because you do. So yeah, bro, I hope that helped. I know it was a little bit all over the place, but I'm doing shit off the dome. So, but yeah, just remember that men are not emotionless. So you have to be able to show emotions and do it in a strong way to where you're not compromising yourself. But you can express emotion. You can get hyped up. You can get, a little bit antsy. You can get angry. You can get sad. You know what I'm saying? You can do that. Just don't let it control you. As long as you don't let your emotions control you, that's what masculinity is about. That's what I should have said. That's the real point. That's the real point of this video. Men have emotions, and so know that and be aware of that and be able to show your emotions, but don't let them control you. Still be able to do your work, still be able to have your relationships, still be able to maintain, certain things in your life and be able to talk to people. Do not let your emotions control you. If you're so sad that you can't function, that's not masculinity, okay? That's just not. You have to be able to function despite it, okay? And that is true strength. If you can own your sadness and own your flaws and then still push forward and still make moves despite it, that is masculinity. It's not just suppressing them forever and just never owning up to it and never combating it. Okay, that's not masculinity. It's about owning them and then pushing forward despite it and with it. Not just despite it, but with it. Take those flaws with you on your journey. Okay? So yeah. And that's it. I'm gonna just end it off right there. And I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.